meal prep video, which will be this video. I did my first meal prep video last week, and I just showed you what the final product of my meal prep, and I know it kind of seemed like a lot, so I just wanted to go through why I meal prep, what I do, and the amount that I do. And I thought, well, I can give you a few little tips for people who don't meal prep but would like to, and these are just tips that have helped me. That, you know, every situation is going to be different, but I thought this might be helpful to some people who'd like to get started, and, you know, because it can be really intimidating at first, but there are some things to do to make it a little bit less, you know, stressful, intimidating, whatever it might be. So, firstly, I posted this, so let's see, today is Saturday, and today I posted my grocery haul, and it also my meal plan. So a lot of things you'll see in this video you'd see there, and that's always posted below in the description box. All my playlists are. So I guess my first tip would be to menu plan. You want to have a menu plan set to go before going into meal prep, or else, you know, and then with that meal plan, then you can make your grocery list. And I only meal plan, I really only meal plan dinners, but I always have an idea of what I might want for breakfast and lunch during the week. Since I do work out of the home 40 hours a week, well, usually 40 hours a week, and during June and July, it's only 32 hours a week, but I work full-time out of the home. So I do have to kind of have an idea what my lunches are going to be as well, or, you know, or else I'll not have anything and then make bad choices. So my first tip is to menu plan, and just do it on whatever day works for you. And what, you know, depending on when you're going to be doing your meal prep. I do my menu plan personally right now, since I do have Fridays off. I do my grocery shopping on Fridays. So I kind of do my meal planning throughout the whole week. But Thursdays I finalize my grocery list, and then that's so I have my, you know, I have what I have going on, and then I always try to think of snacks and things like that too, so that way I have like I said, everything that I need for work for the week. So once you have your menu plan and you have your grocery list, and you go out and you buy all your groceries, and then the second tip I have then is to plan your meal prep. So once you have your ideas, you know what you need to do, then you kind of need to assess, okay, this is my menu plan for the week. Look at your, you know, what your schedule is for the week. That's another tip for the menu planning, is see what you have going on. If there's some days that are busier than others, you know, think of easier things to do. And that's, you know, if you don't work outside the home, then you probably wouldn't have to do an extensive of a meal prep that I do, because I also prep my my dinners on the weekends to make it easier and faster on the weekdays. So for me, the process I go through when I am planning my meal prep is looking at, okay, so right now my son is working, and I have to take him to work, and I pick him up from work, and he works 12-hour shifts. So I take him to work on my way to work, and then I have to pick him up anywhere between 6 o'clock p.m. to 8:30 p.m. So that's prime dinner time, you know. So I want to have dinner on the table for my husband and my older son, and so I kind of have to look at, okay, so I need easy things, or things that I can prep ahead of time, and then they're really easy just to whip up before I have to leave. And so that's you know what goes into some of my thought process as I am, you know, planning my meal prep. Another thing that I have to do when I'm menu planning and planning my meal prep is, and a lot of you know this if you watch my What I Ate videos, my husband is allergic to poultry. So he can't eat anything that I'm eating. Plus, he's not on Weight Watchers. My oldest son is not on Weight Watchers. My youngest one, he eats what I eat because he did, he's 16, so he's not really following Weight Watchers since they don't recommend it for anybody under 18. But he has basically just changed the way he's eating, and he's eating like I am, so he could drop some of his extra weight that he has been carrying. And so he does eat like I do. He eats just a little bit more of it. And so I do really have to do 2 separate meal plans. And I try to do it though to where, like, if I'm making meatloaf, say like we had last night, they had meatloaf for dinner, and typically I would have made a turkey meatloaf for us. So I try to keep it similar so it's not so different, but that's not always possible. If they have burgers, I have turkey burgers, that's that kind of thing. So that's why meal prep is so important for me. It's really something that helps me out. So do your meal plan after you plan your meal prep. And then the third tip is, if you have a lot to do, split it up into 2 days. If you have the 2 days to do it. That's what I'm doing this week. Last week I did it all in one day, and it was a long day. So this week I'm splitting up in 2 days. I have things I have going on later on today, and so I knew I just didn't want to do it all in one day on my Sunday right before I have to go back to work the next day. I didn't want to stress myself in that way. So, to take the stress off, split it up. Even split up in 2-3 days depending on, the time you have. But for me, 2 days is perfect. So then, let's see, tip number 4, do something when you're doing the meal prep. You don't have, for me, I'll stand up for a lot of it. I'm chopping up vegetables, but a lot of times I just sit down. I just have it all laid out, especially when I'm doing, because I chop up a lot of vegetables, as you'll see. And so sometimes I'll just clear off the dining room table. I'll just spread all my stuff out, and I just sit down and chop away. And I also set up my laptop, and I'll be watching videos, put a movie on, something to, make the time go by faster. And tip number 5, make sure you pull out everything you need ahead of time. So if you're doing your vegetables, pull them all out of the refrigerator, figure out how many containers you're going to need to keep it all. Have either your trash can close by, or what I do is I have a big bowl and I have that sitting on the table for scraps. So that way I'm not having to get up and down to have to throw things away. You want to have that close by. That way it's easy cleanup. You just dump it in the trash. So let me go over, I think that's all the tips I have. For me, if I just sit down and watch a movie, it makes 2 hours. The 2 hours that it takes to prep a lot of the stuff, it makes it go by really fast. So that is one of my biggest tips. Music, whatever you need to do. And I'll also say, I also do laundry. There's things I do, especially laundry is a big one that I do while I'm meal prepping, because I can go in, throw a load in the washer, chop, go back, throw it in the dryer. I kind of break it up. So it's just a continuous, but it usually never takes me longer than 2 hours. I usually can watch one movie and I can have it all done as far as the bulk of the meal prep. Okay, so let me go into what you're going to see today. I will film snippets of some of the things, and then at the very end of this video you'll just see an overview of everything that I prepped Saturday and Sunday. So the things I'm going to prep for dinners, and I'll also tell you what I'm prepping for the family too, and I'll show it to you. That way you can see how I prep some of the dinners. I don't have my meal plan with me, but you'll kind of tell from the things I'm saying what we're having. So one of the things that my husband and my oldest are going to be having this week is coleslaw with one of their dinners. So I'm going to make the coleslaw ahead of time. They're going to be having Salisbury steaks, so I will prep the Salisbury steaks. I will, make the patties, because I make those from scratch. So I will make the patties, form them up. Depending on what day that we're having those this week, I don't recall what day it is. I will put them in the freezer and then just pull them out the morning that we're having them, that they are having them, and that way they can thaw by the time I get home from work. And that makes it super easy. Just throw them in the skillet, cook them up, and they're done. Barbecue chicken, that's one of the meals that I'm having. Me and my youngest are having this week. And so what I'll do is I'll, cut up the chicken, prep it. I will cut it up into, they're the big, I think I bought big breasts for these, and I'll just portion them. That's the word for it. I will portion them out, put them into a gallon size Ziploc bag, put the barbecue sauce in there with the bag, and like, again, just depending on what day I'm having them, I will put them into the freezer. Or I don't think we're having those until like Tuesday or Wednesday, so yeah, they'll go into the freezer and then I'll just pull them out in the morning. One of the other meals that I'm having is called, I believe it's called summer vegetable skillet with sausage and potatoes, something like that. In this particular one, you'll see in my grocery haul, I bought the potatoes that you just steam them. They're in a little tray and you steam them in the microwave. That's why I bought those ones, because they'll be super easy, zap them, done, ready to go. And then the chicken sausages, I use the alfresco, the little small chicken sausages, as well. I'll be using for these because I need to use them up. So the only thing for this I am prepping are the vegetables. So since I already will chop up a bunch of vegetables, but I want to keep some aside just for this recipe alone. So I will have a container that will be marked only, I'll just put on there summer vegetable skillet, something like that. That way I know that these particular sets of vegetables is for this dinner. My husband and son will be having BLT sometime this week, so I will go ahead and cook the bacon up for that. And I think that is going to be Monday, so I'll go ahead and cook the bacon up for that and just have it in the refrigerator, so that's ready to go. And then some of the lunches that I'm prepping for my work lunches, I'm going, and I'll show you how I make these. So this will be a video I'll show a clip of me making these. And this is the English muffin pizzas. So I'm going to do those, and those will be put into the freezer. I will show you how I prep my spaghetti squash, because I'm going to have spaghetti squash this week for dinner. And then I always cut up a big container of vegetables that I dip in my hummus that I take to work. So I will show you what I end up cutting for those. And then I also do a smaller set of chopped vegetables, but these are diced vegetables that I cut up to throw into my salads. This encourages me to eat salads. I always go in with the best intentions to have a salad with every single one of my dinners. But then once I get home from work and I know I'm in a rush, I look at the vegetable. This is what I used to do. I used to look at the vegetables and think, oh, I just don't want to chop them all up. So this helps me do it. And I've also been buying, and they're a little bit more expensive, but I've been buying the salad kits, and this also has helped me with the salads. I don't use the dressings in them. I usually use the toppings that come in there. And then I just throw my chopped up veggies on top of it. And then another thing that I'm going to prep, because I think I'm going to actually have this for lunch, I think tomorrow, so I'll show you. I might actually make this into a separate video, but I'm going to make a strawberry salad, a spinach salad with strawberries and chicken and feta cheese. And so I think I'm going to have that for lunch tomorrow, so I will show you how I make that, but I might do that in a separate video. So another thing that I already made this week, and you will see that will be posted on Sunday, as well as this video will be posted on Sunday, is I made a grilled chicken Mediterranean and quinoa salad, something like that. Can't remember exactly what the title of it was, but that is also part of my meal prep, because I will be taking that to work this week, so I will show you that at the end of this video as well. So I hope that this helps you, and I just encourage anybody to try it, especially if you have a really busy lifestyle. I really encourage you to just take a stab at it and try it, and start slow. Just maybe just do vegetables one weekend, and just you'll see how much how much it encourages you to eat them, especially since they're they're usually so bright and colorful, and that's what I love about that. And then maybe the next weekend, try, okay, I'm going to prep some of my, lunches or dinners. And it just depends on your lifestyle, what you need to do for you. But, I think this could even help people who are stay-at-home moms with young children. And, sometimes it's, you're trying to get them fed. And then, you only just have a little bit of time where you can eat, or, before you have to, tend to the children again. So I think this is something that everybody could use, especially if you're trying to lead a healthier lifestyle, and most people who are watching this are on a weight loss journey as well, and that's why you're watching my channel. So yeah, and just let me know in the comments below if you do try meal prep, or if you have any questions, or anything about any questions. Sorry, I'm getting on the phone. Any questions, suggestions, comments on meal prepping, and I will be happy to talk to you about it. So the rest of this video will be on the meal prep. Thank you for watching. Bye. Okay, so let's see, the first thing on this meal prep today is going to be English muffin pizzas. So here I have some English muffins. The ones I'm using are the Thomas Light. These are 3 points for one muffin. I did toast them up a little bit because I will be putting these in the microwave at work, and so I like to start them out with a little bit of toastiness. And then I'm also using turkey pepperoni. You can have up to 14 slices of these for 1 point, up to 24 slices for 2 points. It goes up to 2 points when you get to 15 slices. And then I'm using some of the fat-free mozzarella cheese, and this is 0 points for a 1/4 cup. And then the Great Value pizza sauce, this is 1 point for a 1/4 cup. So let me show you what I do. So I put a tablespoon, well, a little bit less than a tablespoon on each muffin. So it's probably, I don't know, I know I don't go over a 1/4 cup, but I count it as one just to be safe, because even 1/8 of a cup of these, of the pizza sauce, is still 1 point. So I know if I just use 2 tablespoons or 1 tablespoon between of them, they're still 1 point. So I'll do that on each of them. And then over here I have my cheese that I had weighed out, and I just use the, I think it's 28 grams for a 1/4 cup. So I will split that between the two of them. And of course I didn't get my pepperonis out before I did this, so let's see if I can do that. And I put usually 3 pepperonis per little muffin, depending on the size. Like that one was a little bit smaller. This one I can put 4 on. Either way, it's going to be 1 point, no matter, because I did go through the app and tried to see how many I could get for the 1 point. And so even with the 7, it's 1 point. So this right here for the 2 is 5 points. And so then what I do from there is I use a piece of parchment paper, and I just put that between there, and I will stick that inside of a sandwich bag, and then I put all of them inside of a bigger gallon-sized bag that I mark with what they are and the date that I made them. I don't know how long that these last, because typically between me and the kids having them, they won't last more than a couple weeks in the freezer. So let me get these all assembled, and then I will show you what it looks like when I get them all done. Okay, there you go. There are some English muffin pieces. So there are 4 sets of 2 muffins, and I'll mention that when I made these, after I turned off the camera, I went through and I put the sauce on all the remaining muffins. I put the cheese on the remaining, then I did the pepperoni, and it was really fast. It took me I looked at the clock. It literally took me about 45 seconds to complete the rest of them. And then the longest thing it took was getting them into the bags and sealing up the bags. So what I will do with these is in the morning, if I'm going to take one of these for lunch, I will take them. I personally like to take them out of the plastic baggies and put them into the container that I will be heating them up in at work. But I just do it frozen. I don't take them out the night before or anything. I just do it frozen. I don't have a toaster oven personally, but I imagine that you could probably take these right out of the freezer and put them right into a toaster oven, and I'm sure they would cook up nicely. But like I said, I'm not an expert on those because I've never had one. Also, you can take them right from the freezer, put them into the microwave. I would say usually I just watch it. I start with 30 seconds. At work, because by the time I eat lunch, they're usually thawed out, so at work 30 seconds is perfect. As far as when they're still frozen, I'm not positive. I would say start with 30 seconds, see how they are, and then just increase from there. And it also depends on your microwave as well. So this is the first part of my meal prep for the weekend. Hi everyone. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to meal prep today, this is Sunday. I only ended up just doing the English muffin pizzas yesterday. So today I'm going to do the rest of it. So I'm going to show you how I prep my spaghetti squash, and you can see it kind of, it's never done that to me before, so the day I decide to film it, it decides to crack on me. But anyway, so my oven is set to 375, and in here I have a teaspoon of olive oil, and then I use just a salt-free seasoning. So I just take the olive oil and put it all over the spaghetti squash. I also sprayed this dish with a little bit of cooking spray just so it doesn't normally stick, but I always do it just to be safe. So just get that nice and coated. Okay, and then I just simply sprinkle, and I like quite a bit of this on here. I'm going to be using this spaghetti squash this week for, I'm going to do spaghetti squash and turkey meatballs. Okay, and then I just flip them over like this, and that one's going to be kind of weird because of but anyway, just flip it over like that and then put it in the oven for about an hour, just depending on your oven. Normally I check it after about 45 minutes just to tell the doneness, and it has before, depending on also the size and the thickness of your squash. It has taken me up to an hour and 15 minutes to cook this before, but I will show you what it looks like when it comes out of the oven. Okay, let me show you what else I have going on. So I'm just getting ready to start the rest of my food prep for the week. So I am just getting all set up here. It is 8:30, so I will let you know. And all I've done is just the spaghetti squash I just showed you. That's the only thing I've done put in the oven. So I can give you an idea of how long this prep has taken me this weekend. I did the English muffin pizzas yesterday. It took me, I think, 2 or 3 minutes from start to finish. So I'm going to boil up a dozen eggs. Then I have my vegetables that I'm going to clean and chop. And this is leftover zucchini from dinner last night that I made. I made the summer vegetables with sausage and potatoes last night, which I will put a picture of that in my what I eat video for tomorrow, and also link the recipe to it. But anyhow, this is meal prep. So I'm just going to chop this up. I like raw zucchini, so I will just chop this up and have it in my salads over the next couple days. And then I'll clean and chop up the cilantro. I have some carrots that I'm going to put into my container of vegetables that I take to work. And I have mini cucumbers. I will chop these up, some for salad and some I'll chop up that I will be taking to work. These are some peaches and plums I need to clean, and these I'll just put back in the refrigerator. These are some peppers that I will be using for salads and also for taking to work to munch on, and there's quite a few here. I just need to clean those up. Some strawberries I need to clean and slice, and I'll just have those yogurt just to snack on. I just like to have them ready to go. And then this is the salad that I showed you guys in a recipe video that was posted yesterday. I'll put a link to the video below. This is the grilled chicken Mediterranean salad. So I'm going to put this made 6 servings. I'm going to put this into 6 individual serving dishes. That way that, for one, it saves space in my refrigerator, and secondly, I can just grab and go to take that to work in the morning or eat in the evening or whatnot. So I have, this is my, what I call my trash bowl. So you can see I already started using it. This I just keep at the table with me. That way I don't have to get up and down to toss stuff. I just toss it in here, and if it fills up before I'm done, just empty it out and start filling it back up again. I have my containers ready, so I like to have those ready to go. The only thing else I have left to put up here is I just bring my tablet or laptop in, and I just watch something or have something going while I'm going on. I have my knife, I took out my other knife. And then I'm also going to prep some dinners. So this is going to be for my family. I have one, and I'm going to, they're going to have spaghetti the same night I have the spaghetti squash. So I'm going to cook up this hamburger and put the sauce in there, put it into a gallon size bag, lay it flat, and put it into the freezer and let it freeze up. And then it's easy. If you put things in a gallon size Ziploc bag and then you lay it flat on a cookie sheet, stick it in the freezer, wait till it's frozen, then you can sit it up sideways in their freezer. It makes it really, or vertical, I guess, in the freezer. It makes it really easy and less space. So I'm going to cook that up for the spaghetti this week. This will be for Salisbury steaks, and I'm going to get those all prepped up and put into a freezer bag and put in the freezer. That's for my family as well. And then this is some already portioned chicken that I had. These are portioned into 5-ounce pieces of, this is just boneless, skinless chicken breast. So it would be 2 points for each portion. There are 4 portions in here. My youngest son eats what I eat usually, so this is going to be 2 meals. So one's going to be barbecue chicken, the other one's going to be chicken cordon bleu, and then I have a watermelon to slice up. So I think that is it for my meal prep for today that I have to do. I'm also making a cake for my husband for Father's Day, so I have that going on. Yeah, I think that's everything. So I will show you everything when I'm done. So now let's see, now it's about 8:40. So I will let you know how long it takes, and I will show you everything. Okay, so it has been exactly an hour. My spaghetti squash just came out. So this is what it looks like when it comes out, and you just take a fork and you just shred it up. And I'll be putting it in that container. So I'll do that with both of these halves. And in that time, I actually got completed with all my meal prep except for I have the ground beef cooking back there that I'll add spaghetti sauce to and put into a Ziploc bag and put in the freezer. So everything else done, so I'm just going to go ahead and show you now the final product of everything. So in here I have some sliced strawberries that I'll use for yogurt, and then these are quartered strawberries I'll just use for snacking. I have some lemon slices in there for water. These are my veggies I'll use to top my salads and things like that. In these containers, this has some red, yellow, and orange bell peppers, and then some baby carrots, and those will be for work, for hummus and dipping. And then in here are some cucumbers, carrots, and zucchini also I'll be taking to work for dipping. And this is my cilantro, all chopped up. Washed and dried the peaches and plums, those will go back in the refrigerator. Cut up the watermelon, that's both of these. These are some sliced cucumbers. I'm going to use these for a cucumber, tomato, avocado, red onion salad that I'm going to have tonight with my chicken. I boiled a dozen eggs. This is my grilled Mediterranean chicken salad that I showed a video on, and I just put them into the container so I can just grab and go. This, I actually started this last night because this is my cold brew coffee concentrate, and this week I used the Dunkin' Donuts vanilla cupcake ground coffee. And I actually found this recipe on Pinterest, but was recently reminded of it on Blessed Jess's channel, and she has a whole video on how to make this. So if I remember, I will link her video below. And then in here, this is the barbecue chicken. So I'll just put this into the freezer until the night that I have it and just pull it out. Doesn't look very good, does it? And then I realized after looking at my meal plan, tonight I am having the chicken cordon bleu. So these are already in 5-ounce portions, so I don't really need to do anything with these besides I just have them in here. I'll put them in the fridge and they'll be ready for tonight. So the only other thing I did not make was the Salisbury steaks because I realized I was missing one ingredient. So I'm going to go to the store and then I'll just make that later on today. And that's actually for dinner tonight too, so I'll probably just wait until later on this afternoon. And then the ground beef is cooking for the rest and everything else is done. So it took me exactly an hour to get done. And yeah, so this is my product and this will help me for the week to eat healthy. So if you have any other questions or want any other advice on meal prep, just let me know and just leave them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe and I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.